good evening, everybody, one and all the visitors here, our members, as well as the guests present here today. So welcome to the Mask Leadership episode 007, where leaders create more leaders. My name is Prakash Sharma, founder director of Visa Training and the author of the book, The Mask Leadership. The Mask Leadership community is built with a purpose of vision of creating 1,000+ leaders, where every week after week on a Wednesday, we invite a top management leader from a corporate company, and there is where they will share their success stories and life experiences to the leaders in our community. In other words, that's where we call it as leaders creating more leaders. So currently we have actually muted all the participants, and we will be giving all the people an opportunity to unmute yourself if you wish to speak to the guest for today. And let me also tell you that we are also recording this and we're live on YouTube as well. So if you all are ready to start off this particular evening with our guest here, so kindly type in the chat box ready, and we will be starting this particular session inviting our guest. So quickly type in the chat box ready, and we will introduce the guest for you all. Thanks very much for typing in ready. We have around closer to 60 members as well as the visitors who have joined in us today. Thanks very much for coming in here. So let me take the pleasure to introduce our guest today is Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma, who is the National Head of Sales and Marketing of Amaron, the Amara batteries. A little quick background about himself on the personal part I'll give, and then the professional experiences will be shared with a video. So Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma is married to Ms. Rekha Sharma, who is a homemaker and has 2 kids. One is Nitin Sharma, who has completed his BBA, and a daughter, Ahana Sharma, who is studying 10th standard. So his hobbies of Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma is singing and cooking. So definitely, yes, we need to taste his food as well. So his favorite sport is swimming, and almost all type of sports he likes, but specific is swimming. But there are much more to understand more about our guest, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma. To understand more about his professional experience, let's have a look at this particular video, and then we will be able to take it further. But before we share the video, I would request most of our members as well as visitors who are here for the first time, who have come in here, you get an opportunity either to, please always feel free to turn on your video so that your guest will also be able to see you when you're talking, and you will be getting an opportunity to speak. That time we will unmute you as you need to do so. So thanks very much, and let's see this video of introduction of the professional experience of Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma. So thank you one and all. So yes, that's Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma. So members, visitors, as well as the guest here, please do type in welcome Mr. Kuldeep Sharma on the chat box, and let's welcome him. And I would request Mr. Kuldeep Sharma to kindly turn on your video so that we'll be all our visitors as well as our members will be able to see you. And thanks very much, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma, for being in here. And that's when we're also going to spotlight option is going to be on you, so that people will be able to see you. All the members as visitors as well as the guests will be able to see you directly as you're interacting. So thanks very much, Kuldeepak Sharma, for accepting this invitation and coming here for this Mask Leadership program.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Prakash, and a very good evening to all of the guests here, all of the visitors, and I can see some of my colleagues already there. So thank you very much for the wonderful introduction. And the only change is that whatever the photo you had displayed is a pre-lockdown, and what you are seeing me right now is the lockdown effect here.
True. That's completely fine. But the person remains the same, and that's more important. Good. So it's great that you've been here on our platform, the Mask Leadership and the Leaders Connect episode. I would like to share a couple of questions to you. So being a national head of sales and marketing, and I'm sure you may be undergoing a lot of challenges. If we can understand what are those challenges, especially in the automobile industry, what do you think are the challenges you've been facing, and how you actually are taking steps to overcome them, Mr. Kuldeep?
See, challenges, I would say it's a very dynamic, Prakash, because what challenges you had maybe a few years back, those challenges may not be there now. What challenges you have? Okay, so it's a very dynamic. Particularly if I look at it, I think in the current scenario, the automobile industry, I think majority of us are aware that was not doing well before the present situation occurred. We were reading a lot of news that the downtrend in the automobile industry. Okay, but now what has happened after this in the current situation, and because of the social distancing norms, everything, I think there is a lot of and particularly when the public transport system were closed, and now only just very recently they got opened, like metro and the state transport buses and all. But still, I think there is the customers are not very, I would say, convenient, or they are not very flexible, in traveling those public transport, and they prefer to use their own vehicles, whether it's a motorcycle, whether it's a four-wheeler. Okay, so what has happened in the last now few months? There is a lot of demand has picked up for the automobile, and already we are seeing that those news, the customers who were having even the four-wheeler or two-wheeler, but probably they were preferring to travel by metro or some other, or maybe by the car sharing. Okay, so now they have started using their own vehicles, and that's how it's a good news for this industry, that the demand has picked up in the last 2 to 3 months. Okay, so this is on the overall, when you asked on the automobile industry. So frankly, the challenge as of now is the meeting the customer demand. Okay. That's a challenge.
Okay.
That how do we meet the customer demand? Yeah.
So in terms of customer demand, means the customer, what it is more of at a lesser time is what they give you more orders, and that's what you're talking about, the demand, or what exactly here you would like to share with the customer?
It is the same, that particularly if you look at the new vehicle, the production which has picked up when we compare the previous years. In the last 2-3 years, the demand was less, but now particularly the two-wheeler segment, where the people who were traveling by the public transport, now if they have to again start using they prefer to use the two-wheeler. So that's where the new vehicle demand has picked up. The people who were having the two-wheeler, but they were not using it, they were preferring to travel by metro and all, they have started using it. So definitely the more and more vehicle uses is there. So it leads to the battery demand.
True. Automatically. So that's where it is. So when the OEMs are actually in fact, customers are buying most of the cars and bikes, and automatically this is indirectly proportionate and leads to the higher sales.
If I look at my previous experience, because when you asked about the challenges, like if I just go back a few years back, when I was, of course, in the industrial segment of the battery, so we had a huge challenge from the imports. the batteries coming from outside India, and a lot of acceptability because those brands were available in India for many years. So there was a lot of acceptability, and the customer generally they prefer to use the same brand when they are used to it. Like if you are using, a particular brand for whatever the
Yes.
product, and if you need the replacement of the same, you will be very reluctant to shift to the brand until unless you have some issues. So that was a big issue for us, that particularly in the IT industry, where some of the imported brands were there, and they were quite, the customers were quite satisfied with those brands, and we had a hard time that changing from those the existing brand to our brand. So that was a challenge, but yes, it took some years. I will not say that it happened overnight. There was a consistent effort for 3 to 4 years, and at the end, I'm quite happy to share that the segment which was ruled by the imported batteries, there was a one particular segment like IT and data center, which was ruled by the imported batteries. We could convert all those customers to our fold.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's really been great. So in fact, I understand you're almost with Amara Raja batteries with Amaron itself is closer to 11.5 to 12 years now.
Yeah.
And can really understand, say that 11.5, 12 years, the growth which Amaron has really got in terms of the batteries and the reach which has happened to people is tremendous. Yeah. So I'm sure, but in fact, even your respective sales team whom you manage also, you would have undergone phases like people, also the team might be coming up with excuses. Your team members also might be started blaming, or that kind of a lot of blame game would have happened. So how was that you were able to create a culture of more result oriented culture? And that if you could really share, because that's something very key we look forward as a leader, because if you can just share some highlights on that, will really help us.
Yeah, definitely, Prakash. If you look at, Touchwood, I think many of my team members are already here, and it is not that since they are there, I'm fortunate to get such a wonderful team who are always result oriented. But in between, yes, you may have some, because when you have a big group, definitely some people could be there, or maybe with my earlier experience, it may not be exactly related to like 11.5 years when I spent in Amara Raja. Close to the same period I spent in Blue Star also. So out of 26 years, my close to 23 years in two organizations. Okay. Yeah. So for sure, out of these 26 years, yes, I have come across certain cases where there is a, sales is a very demanding job, that.
Yes.
And it's a like a 24/7 job, 365 days. There is not even a single day where you are relieved from your, the sales target or sales pressure. Once the month is over, and fortunately, unfortunately, we are on the last day of the month, 30th September. So for us, again, the month starts at the next day. What is the target we need to take for October? How do we meet that? So those are the, the challenges. See, I always believe in one thing, Prakash. People may come up with excuses, but I always tell them, being in sales and marketing, the field, that there we call as a farmer and a hunter strategy. Okay, when we look at a farmer and a hunter strategy, who's a farmer and who's a hunter? Farmer is growing a crop to survive for himself. Correct. Of course, when he has to distribute to other, that's a different. But first is to survive for himself. Who's a hunter? Hunter is also who has to first feed himself. Correct. Right? But if you look at the basic difference between these two, farmer is a more of a he will wait for the opportunities to come. Okay, he will sow the seed. He will. I'm just talking about maybe many years. Let's say if somebody is totally dependent on the rain, he will wait for the rains to come. He's totally dependent on the weather and all. Rain comes, good rain comes, water comes. The sun comes out. Okay, all those things. So he's only just waiting. But who's a hunter? Hunter is a one who will always go after his the target. He will not get relieved. So this is what I tell to my team always, that we need to be hunter. We cannot have the excuses. Come what way, we need to be result oriented.
Okay.
We cannot say that my customer will come, my demand will come, my this thing will come. If it is not coming, we need to create that. We need to go out. If the inquiries are not coming to you, it is not that we will not go. Okay. So this is the one culture I have tried to build in my last so many years. This and of course I also learned from my bosses in my career when I started my initial the 90s and all. Okay. So this is one theory which I believe that you need to be a hunter rather than a farmer. Okay. All right. The second is that always develop the passion. Perfect. Because passion, and if I'm sure majority of the participant can understand if I translate to Hindi, because passion to me it doesn't energize me, but when I use the same in Hindi, junoon, somehow it gives me a different feeling. Junoon. True. Develop that junoon, develop that passion. That you go after that and achieve it. And I can tell you with my experience for this 26 years, the moment you decide, I would say opportunities will come to you. So you have to just develop that passion, go after this, put your hard work, and I can tell you there is nothing that people will come excuses. Yeah.
Perfect. So that means you mean to say that one is we need to have a passion for sales.
Yeah.
And second is, for the earlier, that is the second one. The first one I told is we need to get into the hunter strategy for sales.
Yeah.
So that means
I would say passion is, I'm not saying only for sale, Prakash.
Perfect.
Passion is for everything, whatever you do.
Agreed.
Develop that passion. True. And once you have the passion, nothing can stop you.
Perfect. Very rightly said, we need to start developing the passion for what we need to do. So if we have to be, just adding on to that particular point, what you just shared, sir. But there are people also, in fact, who feel that they're not really passionate about sales, but they might have joined, number one. Or they themselves are little, not so result oriented. I'm sure these are very common aspects we'll be facing in people. So if we can understand what steps you take for them, if they're not achieving any results, what steps will you take? Or if they're really not having the passion for sales, they come every time with some complaints or blaming. So what steps or how do you eradicate this so that you can create a more result-oriented culture?
Yeah. See, one thing I always, tell my team, whosoever has this kind of, the issues, Prakash.
Correct.
That whenever you are putting the efforts, first of all, I am a firm believer that if you put the effort, nothing can stop you. Results are going to come. Yes, results may not come today, but results are definitely going to come tomorrow. There can be some delay, but I don't believe that results are not going to come. Okay, that is the number one that I tell them, that start putting, keep putting your efforts. Results will come. Okay. The second thing is that even if people say that, okay, I'm putting the results, but I'm not, I'm putting the efforts, but I'm not getting the results.
Yes.
The one thing I always tell them, and I think some of my maybe previous team members can, I always tell them, even it applies to me also, that ask yourself, close your eyes and ask yourself, have I put my 100%? I can tell you, Prakash, there will be one voice within you will come that yes, still there is some scope to put that. Whether that scope is 1% or 2%. Because the moment it is there, it will again drive you. It will give you the internal energy to again, stand up and say, no, I'm going to do much, more of it. Please ask that way. कहते हैं कि दिल से अंदर की आवाज. The inner voice which comes from your heart. When you ask yourself, have I put my 100%? Surely the voice will come. No, still there is a scope.
Excellent.
So that's what I tell my team, and surely then they work towards that. So result is it is not that result is a very time bound this thing.
Yes.
In certain areas we can, but in particularly in sale, sometimes it can be we may not get today, but the results may come
Yeah.
Tomorrow means it
True.
could be a 1 month, it could be 6
1
months.
month. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
So that means, in other words, what you're saying is you make them introspect themselves, that ask a question to your own self. So that's where it is only within self. Have they really put the 100% effort? So,
Yeah.
and that's where you are there and standing, in fact, as a leader, where you make them feel that, and that's what growth comes. Excellently shared, Kuldeepak. That's something really good in understanding, saying that we actually cannot change people. It is only we actually can inspire people. That's what you're sharing.
Yeah.
And it is within themselves which they need to really think or ask a question that will really bring them that kind of a results what is required to be done. So excellently told. In fact, I also have a kind of a thumb rule which we share as no human being can change any other human being. Change is an internal process within oneself. And that's what I believe you're really saying it now. Just you're inspiring them as what they need to do, and change is actually within themselves what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Great.
But sometimes my team member come and that, okay, I'm not able to achieve this thing, and then I tell them, if you feel that yes, you have put your 100%, fine, leave it here.
True.
And touch wood, it has not happened that we because that person realizes, no, I'm not able to. Fine, I'll put my now my best effort, my more efforts next month.
Yeah. Perfect. Excellently told, Kuldeepak sir. So then let's have one more question, because the whole objective is now everybody likes to be very, very self-disciplined. And as a leader, even we look forward that the complete team which I really lead has to be self-disciplined. This is what everyone thinks. But in reality, it is not that all the people are self-disciplined, right? So if you really have to create a culture for a self-discipline in terms of getting some kind of a reports on time, or in terms of sharing some information on time, this is very commonly happens. So if you really have to create a culture of the self-discipline, what steps you've been taken in your company so that really can motivate our members here in the community here, as well as our visitors who have come in here today?
See, when we look at the self-discipline, first of all, I think that everyone has to understand that no one is working for themselves. It is not that, it is always, first of all, it is always a team effort.
True.
That today, if I say that by my doing this thing, everything will happen. My other colleague say then, by doing he does only, and then something will happen. It doesn't happen like that. So first of all, I think for me, the one common message which I always convey to my team is that, please, it's a team effort. We need to work as a team, because we are not working for ourselves. We are not very individualistic. Okay, so we are working for the organization, and organization goals are met when every member of the team performs. There can be some variation in putting, the result, somebody achieves X%, some achieves Y%. Okay. So it is the first of all, it is the team effort which matters.
True.
Okay. Because we need to look at what is my goal for the organization. Don't be individualistic that this is what I need to do. What organization has to achieve, that is the one. The moment you realize that what organization has to achieve, then you start looking at a bigger picture.
True.
Then you don't look at a very small picture that this is for me, this is for my, my region, my team, okay, or my branch, like that, or my product category. You need to always look at a bigger picture for the organization, because all of us are working for the organization. Okay. So that itself gives a sort of, the people become, that's my perception of, the self discipline is that then everyone has to start contributing, Prakash.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. And the contribution has to be from everyone, and contribution actually is from everyone. It is from the smallest role in the team to the biggest role in the team. If we today say that only the bigger role people have contributed to any success, no. if we say that only the smallest, no.
True.
It is my favorite example to my team. Again, I would like to share because the other participants are also there from maybe other places.
Yes.
That's when you all of us in India, okay, when we eat rice, and many of us, particularly in South India, I'm based in, although I'm not from South, but based in Hyderabad. Okay, when we eat rice, just try to pick up the rice with this hand. Okay, what is the quantity you can get? Now, out of these 5 fingers, now pick up the rice and don't use the little finger. And just see the quantity of rice what you can pick up with using all the 5, and the quantity of rice which you now pick up without using this. You can see a vast difference. Now, what is the difference has come? Only this little finger was not there in the second situation,
yes,
right?
Correct.
Okay, and we can see the earlier the quantity of rice is this much. Now the quantity of rice is this much. So what is the role this? Although this is the smallest finger, but what is the important role it has played?
True.
So that's what we need to recognize, the importance of each and every team member in the team. It is not from a big to small. Every member matters. Everyone's effort matters. Okay. So this is my message to the entire team, that yes, we need to be self-disciplined.
Perfect. So, in fact, Kuldeepak sir, we have one participant also asked a question. I believe it's Mr. Rajiv Mundath. Yeah, definitely we'll take up your question, Mr. Rajiv. Give us a couple of minutes time, and then we will be taking up your question, for which Mr. Kuldeepak will definitely answer. The question is, in fact, organization talk team, but incentivize individuals. That's what he's saying. So, I mean, that's what he's saying is organization talk, it's a team effort. Yeah. Then why are we giving incentives to individuals? And that's what his question. You would like to answer it now, or you want to take it a little later?
Yeah, I can answer. See,
please, sir, go ahead then.
Of course, it is the organization to organization, the policies which. But if I talk about particularly the Amara Raja batteries, we don't have that policies where the individual the incentives are on an individual basis. It is always on the team basis. So some organization may have a different policy, which I cannot comment on because, but for us, it's never an individual the incentive we have. If we perform as a team, we get it. If we don't perform as a team, we get a certain percentage. But it is always on the overall result, and not on the individual results.
Great. That's something really great. In fact, because everyone accepting it, and then whole company doing so, the complete team as a team-wise incentive, and then taking it forward is something really great. In fact, we need to get to know more about it. But since you've told that some part of our recognition is there as well, and you're talking about we need to recognize every small person or every person who has been involved in. So we also have some kind of recognition now here generally in our community throughout this particular discussion. So we just have a quiz question. So I would like to take a couple of minutes and let me finish out this quiz and come back to you again. Okay. Yeah. So for the members as well as visitors, there is going to be a quiz now. So let's understand what all you have understood from Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma, because he has been sharing with us a couple of points, and what you have really understood from these points is what I'm going to ask you. And one very simple question I'll be asking you. But let me share this one particular last week's quiz winner to you on the slide for you here. So the last week's quiz winner is Miss Sujata, who's from Oerlikon India Private Limited. So what we do in the quiz and what she's earned from the quiz when she has rightly answered is she was able to get the Mask Leadership online 360-degree assessment. And that is what she has received it, which is help her in will help her in getting proper understanding from her superiors, subordinates, and the colleagues. So thanks very much, Sujata, for answering the right question last week. So let's see this week who is ready to answer to the question, which I'm going to ask, where we have been listening to Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma. So Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma has told there are two things. One is farmer and a hunter. Where do you think Mr. Kuldeep is telling where you need to focus? Just type in the chat box and let's see who's the fastest fingers first. And the fastest finger first goes is Rajiv again. Okay, good. That's great, Rajiv. So Rajiv Munda is actually typing the first thing that the hunter has the sales, the focus has to be hunter. Yeah, that's what he feels. So Rajiv, definitely you already asked one question, but you definitely will get opportunity to unmute yourself to ask another question to Mr. Kuldeep as well. But Rajiv, kindly turn on your audio as well as your video, Rajiv, so that we'll be able to see you as well. And Mr. Rajiv. And,
yes, yes.
Oh, great. So thank you very much, Mr. Rajiv, for turning on the audio as well as video. Okay, I am able to see you. Oh, yeah. Hi, Rajiv, sir. Okay, great. Nice to meet you sir, in this session. It's a surprise for me that you have been here. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So for the members as well as the participants who might not be knowing Mr. Rajiv, Rajiv is earlier been working, and I believe is in Hyundai Automotive, Hyundai Motors he was working, and now I believe you're a famous poet. Am I right, sir?
That's all this idea.
Thanks very much, Rajiv, for being in here. And thanks very much, sir. You have really got this, the Mask Leadership Online 360-degree assessment, which I'll be sharing it to you to your email ID.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks, sir. It's my pleasure being here. So you get an opportunity to ask Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma any one more question. What is that question, so that he'll be able to happy to answer to your question. Any other question you have, sir?
No, actually, I found his talk very clear. Okay. The concepts are all very on the dot. Okay. So there's nothing. One question I asked was a tricky question, but I was very happy to hear that. Okay. See, what they're talking, the same thing they're practicing. So that is a very good thing, that he has team incentives. Well, many companies that talk and all these people fight against each other. They say it's good to hear, but when it comes to incentives, they are paid differently. So they don't. There'll always be their undercurrents, but I'm very happy to hear that this company has got this thing in place. So
definitely. Right.
Thanks, Mr. Rajiv. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There was why, since you're asking about the question, just for this thing, I'll ask you. Yes. Now, this good thing is that because of COVID, automobile industry is not. It looks the future could be better. Because people want to buy their own personal vehicles. Mm-hmm. So how long you feel that this can be sustained, or how, whether the industry can match up to the requirement fast enough, and how long it will continue this demand based on this?
See, my own assessment says, although I'm not frankly expert in the automobile industry, but as an individual, my own assessment says that this will continue for some coming few months. And see, it is the initial jump which we are seeing because of the social distancing norms. So probably it could be another, maybe 5 to 6 months we can see this kind of, the spurt in the demand. And after that, it will stabilize. But this is on all my, the personal assessment.
Right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Rajiv, for asking that question, and thanks, Kuldeep Sharma. But this is the time now, an opportunity for the participants as well as the members as well as the visitors who have come in first time here today as well. We give you an opportunity to ask any question. If you like to ask any question to our guest, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma, now is the time to ask. So please do raise your hand or click so that if you like to ask any question now. So you can just see if you can raise your hand, our team will be able to unmute you. If anybody has any question, this is the time which we can ask now. Yeah, I believe Mr. Raghuraman has raised the hand. Yes, Mr. Raghuraman, we'll unmute you, sir. Mr. Raghuraman is one. Definitely our team is going to unmute you. You can go ahead and ask the question to Mr. Kuldeep Sharma.
Yeah. Kuldeep ji,
good evening. Good evening,
Dr. I'm very happy that you're a national head of this Amara Raj battery for that. It is now the segment is the market is volatile, and also the market share of this organized sector is around, if I am right, if I study around 60% is organized sector, unorganized sector maybe around 30-35% like that will be there. And he also said import is restricted. Previously they were importing I think China is the major manufacturer of industry for the batteries, and many competitors are there within India. Amara Raja battery and an Exide battery. So many batteries are there. Different segment, different people are there. In this COVID situation, you also mentioned there rightly last 3 months, and huge demand is there for this, and then we are unable to cope up the demand, and we are going to, I do not know how to do things are there. You are mentioning disease. How it has happened like this? Suddenly, in this last, there is no question of vehicle movement is not there, vehicle manufacturing is not there. And in spite of that, the demand is a spurt in the demand. And what strategy you adopted, or what is your strategy for this? This is question number one. Second question is to increase the sales.
Sir, maybe one question will restrict the time, Mr. Raghuram.
One, yeah. What
so
is your strategy for this thing, sir?
Please, thanks, Mr. Raghuram. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Surely, Dr. Raman, I'll answer this, but I think it is slightly maybe away from the the topic which has been invited. Yes. It is more, I think, towards the business on the business context.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Maybe in general, I can answer this. See, as you rightly said, still in India, particularly in the automotive, the unorganized sector is there. Of course, it may not be what you are saying, maybe 40% or so, but still it is there. Now, what has happened due to this lockdown? There is and all this unorganized sector. That how it is. Basically, they operate in a very small establishment. All those things.
Yeah.
So the migrant, the workers, the labor, they have gone back to their natives, right? And so they don't have that the manpower. So whatever the market they were getting to, they are now not able to serve the market. So for sure that particular segment has shifted to the organized sector. So that is the one change it has happened.
Due to migration of workers, due to migration of workers, you stand a good chance in the market for that to cater to the needs of the supply. Demand for that.
That is one. The second is since the battery, the main component is the lead. Yeah. So these small players, they get the lead from the small, these smelting units. So even those are also those were also closed because of the unavailability of the labor and all.
Yeah.
So they don't have a raw material. They don't have the people also. So for sure that that much the market which used to get catered from these small players, that has shifted to the organized players.
That's good. Thank you very much. You are taking the advantage of the situation. That's all I can say.
No, but we are definitely,
True. That's good. What is that? Big players has always been there like that.
True.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks very much, Mr. Raghuram, sir, for asking that particular question.
Yes.
And Mr. Kuldeep Sharma, in fact, there are a couple of other participants. Sujat also says that in her company also there are only incentive policy. Individuals is 30% based and 70% is actually company performance based. Definitely, this is one thing as a strategy as leaders which we need to understand for a constant growth, that the incentives which we set certain patterns, if it is more of a group-based incentive, is what will really create a culture for that kind of a team effort, and that will be easier to inspire people, and it will be easier for us to lead them as well, is what I'm really able to understand from Mr. Kuldeep. That's something really great. But yeah, as Mr. Kuldeep, you told, it is actually going a little bit business-oriented session. One more question, in fact, Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan has asked. But Lakshmi Narasimhan sir, would you like to ask this question now, because it is actually a business-oriented more than a leadership-based? Shall we take this question a little later, sir? Would that be okay with you, Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan sir? Kindly type in the chat box.
Okay.
But that's okay, because let me just put it across, or maybe I will definitely and connect to Mr. Kuldeep if you need so, and then
just for knowledge sake.
Yeah, definitely, sir. I completely understand. Mr. Kuldeep, in fact, Lakshmi Narasimhan is from the Tata Trust. So he's also a person who's a very senior person who would like to understand about the upcoming, which is going to be now more of electric vehicles are going to come up. In that aspect is what he's asking. Definitely, I will connect you to him. So good. So thanks very much for sharing so many aspects. So now it's actually, let me quickly take some time to summarize some of the key points, what you have. In fact, we had a discussion throughout this particular 40 minutes now. and let me take you through. So what all we have had a discussion, I'm sure we all are aware, most of the new visitors are here in today, as well as some members know this particular model, the mask leadership model. For the visitors who are here coming for the first time, that is going to be sharing on the screen. So what we discuss is, last time we had our guest, Mr. B.S. Rao, who was the managing director of Novartis India. So he had explained us excellently about how is the ownership culture, that's what productive attitude, how productive attitudes can really be demonstrated in a company to create a culture of ownership. And that's what, in fact, this particular zone, which last week guest had really given us a few insights. And today, Mr. Kuldeepak has shared about the unproductive, in fact, that's what I would say is unproductive habits, where we have written UH here. And if you could see that, that's the another part of the mask here, which we say there are human beings who also use unproductive habits, but that's what Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma told very clearly, saying that it is within oneself which we need to ask, where am I really more using unproductive habits or using more of a productive habits? That's something really great told. And to summarize, he shared that we need to definitely be a hunter. We need to have a lot of passion towards what we're doing, and that is what is going to help. So unproductive habits, if you're not having a passion, is not going to add any value. And he also came up to the point saying that incentives has to be shared in a team-based effort, so that will be growing a culture. And we also came to the understanding saying that these all, if you do, the unproductive habits in a company within a person will slowly stop coming down. So that's really great, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma. Thanks very much for sharing that. And next week is where we will be having one more guest. And before I introduce the guest, I'll also like to recognize the other members in this particular community, where the next week guest is going to talk about the key skills which is required as a leader for a constant growth. So, but before I talk about the next week's leader, let me take a quick recognition time, as Kuldeepak shared. So I would like to recognize the people here, the Leaders Connect Champions. The Leaders Connect Champions, these are the people who have been consistently for all the 5 weeks who have been attending. The last week is also, I was not able to share the photographs here. Thanks to Mr. Ramakrishnan from Parle Agro, Mr. Lakshmi Narasimhan from Tata Trust, Albert Steve from FCM, and Ms. Sujata from Orlicon. And we also have the next, in fact, who are the active members in our Telegram group. So for the, actually for all the new visitors here who are coming for the first time, we also have a Telegram group, the Mask Leadership. And what are we actually doing? Every week after week, we invite a top management leader from a corporate company. And as how today Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma shared their success stories and live experiences, this is what we take it up, and that's what this community is all about. So that we interact with these top management leaders, so that leaders are creating more leaders. So if you're really in for this, you can always let us know, and we will be able to add you to our Leaders Connect, the Mask Leadership community in the Telegram. And these people, in fact, if you could see, Mr. Shantaram from Ford Business Solutions, Mr. Ritesh Shah from Hitachi, Lakshmi Narasimhan, Raghuraman, and Mr. Sujata. All the people have been active leaders in the Telegram group. Great, excellent members. They've been really doing good. So last week, I was not able to give an opportunity to Mr. Ramakrishnan as he wanted to speak. Mr. Ramakrishnan, if you'd like to share something now as what is inspiring you to week after week, keeping the group, Leaders Connect group, which is the Telegram group, very active. Mr. Ramakrishnan.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you to connect me. So this is really inspiring. For me, this is unexpected one. So you connected me. I gained more insights regarding leadership. Even today also, I learned a very important thing. One, I thank to sir that Kuldeep sir. So we cannot change the people, but we can inspire the people. So this is today's very particular insights I have taken. Thank you, sir. Every week we are taking many insights. This is today's things. I appreciate Sharma sir. So you are continuously without expecting anything. As a social mind, you are doing all the things.
Always pleasure, sir. That's the point. That's what we're talking about. Leaders create more leaders, and we are to create more leaders, and I'm sure this will really benefit to the society, and I'm sure this will benefit for creating more for our nation. Thanks very much, Mr. Ramachandran.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
From Parlay. Great, thanks very much for being in here. So let's again go back, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma sir. One last question before we leave, and with some positive insights for our members as well as the visitors who are in today. What could be that one message, positive message you would like to give to all our members as well as visitors who are in today, so that this should drive them as a leader? What for a constant growth, what all they should be doing? What is that one message you'd like to share?
I don't know whether I can share in, one message, Prakash, but if that is a limitation, I'll restrict myself to one. But if the choice is there, definitely, there will be a couple of, the my message to the team who's present here. The first thing, which and particularly in sales and marketing, of course, it applies to the other functions also. I think to develop the self-motivation, because nobody is going to motivate you the way you can motivate yourself. That's the first thing. Always keep motivating yourself. Okay, that's the thing. The second, I'll advise, request everyone, and it doesn't matter at what stage, what age, what profession, what field we are in. I think we need to keep investing on ourselves. That's the one thing which we make that. Please keep investing on yourself. So whether it is learning some new skill, whether it's learning about a new field, okay, whatever is there, please take out the time for yourself, that you invest on yourself and keep upgrading your skills. Because whatever the skills you have today, if you continue to live with those skills may not be relevant tomorrow. So this is the message, the couple of messages, that be a self-motivator. Don't expect others to come and motivate you, and invest on yourself.
Great. That's excellent point you're talking about, investing on your own self. Definitely, because the more and more learning or any of the new skills, definitely the more we learn, that is what is really going to help us. Definitely, thank you very much for sharing, Mr. Kuldeep Sharma sir. And let me also share with all our members here as well as the visitors here, the next week guest. The next week guest for us, who's going to share more about, if we have to constantly grow in our leadership career, we also need to delegate, is what the managing director of Toshniwal Group highlights. His name is Mr. Toshniwal, Rohit Toshniwal. He runs 4 companies. In fact, that's why it's called Toshniwal Group, and how he is actually managing 4 different companies, and what is a discussion about empowerment. When empower, we need to empower, when not to empower. So because when to delegate, when not to delegate, and that is some key skill which you're really going to learn from him. The real practical person, Mr. Rohit Toshniwal. Next week, we will be good meeting him. So on the chat box here, you'll also be able to see the link for registering for the next week for the visitors as well as the members here. You can also click on that link and register for the next week as well. So that will help us in understanding more about him. And also you'll see in my chat box, for the people who have come here for the first time, my number is also there on the chat box. My team members will help you putting my phone number as well. If you wish to be a part of the Mask Leadership community, where leaders create more leaders, that's what I'm talking about. We have it in a Telegram group. And if you wish that you want to be a part of a Telegram group, please do ping me onto my mobile, and then we will be happy to add you into that particular group. And for the people who would like to know more about the Mask Leadership, please do visit our website, themaskleadership.com, to understand how actually leaders keep constantly growing. So with all these things is where we're coming closer to the end of this particular program. I understand there would be many more questions with people, but since time is pressing, but we will be able to end this particular program. And if anybody wants to get connected with Mr. Kuldeep, please do let me know, and I'll be happy to do so. So, Mr. Kuldeep Sharma, I would like to thank you for coming here personally on this special occasion of this Leaders Connect, and your messages has really helped our members gain some kind of an understanding about what we need to do as a team to really get results from the complete team. And I really personally liked is one point which you told is incentive has to be team based. And I've been listening it, but how is something more, but definitely I may be staying in touch with you separately for this as well. Great. So thanks very much one and all for being in here. We have a thank you video now for all the participants, visitors, members, and the guests who have come. So let's have a look at the thanking video.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prakash. Thank you very much.
Just a minute. So thank you very much, Mr. Kuldeepak Sharma sir, for being in here. It's been really great and honor to have you into this particular community. And before we leave, all the members as well as the basically for the members, please do remember to share your key learning points in the Telegram group. The more we share the learnings in the Telegram group, I'm sure that it's going to help all the other members gain more understanding about the same. Thanks very much. So Kuldeepak sir, thank you very much for being in here once again. It's been an honor. Sir.
It's my pleasure, Prakash, and thank you very much for inviting me, giving this platform. And I'll be very happy that if one of the thing also, the team can carry from here and implement in their profession life, I'll be very happy.
Definitely, sir. Yeah. And we will keep you posted in case any of our members would like to stay in touch. Something definitely they are keeping, demonstrating some of the key points they are bringing it up. I'm sure we will stay connected. Yeah. So thank you very much for your time, sir. It has been excellent interacting with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you one and all, and meet you all next week, same time at 6:30 p.m. with our new guest. And until then, thank you very much and have a great week and meet you all. Thank you.